I told my friend's worst enemy my friend's deepest secrets. My name is Michael King, and this is the story of how I almost ended my friendship with my friend William Lecker. Anyway, it started a couple months ago when this kid named Vince, I don't know his last name, started to bother me out of nowhere. Basically, I love to annoy everybody in class, and I used to always yap about made-up things and ramble about how I was special and the best person out there. This was just to pull their strings. I wasn't actually that egotistical. However, when I used to annoy the living out of Vince, he used to take it somewhat seriously and not move on. It got to a point where when we had to work in groups in class, Vince would purposely say he didn't want to go near me and would convince the others to do that as well. I didn't really care because I didn't value him as such a big friend, but over time I became incredibly frustrated with what he was doing, and it definitely wasn't right in one bit at all. That's why I decided to tell William about Vince, and apparently William and Vince had been close friends in elementary school, but Vince had drifted apart in middle school while William got new friends. That's why when he heard about Vince, William had a lot of things to tell me. He said that he also been like Vince because Vince had also been pretty mean to William in debate club and in general whenever they interacted. This was not news to me, as William had mentioned Vince's comments before, but I took this chance to tell him about my troubles with Vince entirely, and William, and in our anger, we decided to get revenge on him. For more context, William had told me about his old friend Connor, and they had diverged in their own paths about a year ago due to some tensions. But when William was reflecting on why they had diverged, he realized Vince had been friends with Connor the whole time. Due to this, William conjectured that Vince was manipulating Connor throughout the entirety of William and Connor's friendship, which made him even more angry at Vince. This was also a big reason for us to make the decision that we should get Vince back. That's why we made the plan to confront him, whether we're with Connor or alone, and tell him his flaws and how he was a bully. William also wanted to make a big deal about how Vince was insecure about himself, which is why he felt the need to make us feel bad, and although I didn't entirely agree with that, I just went with it so both of us could be happy. When the day of the plan came, FYI, we hadn't really decided the date, we just chose to do it when Vince was alone, so when that time came, I asked William if he was ready, but he just backed out. When I questioned his decision, he said that he wasn't backing out, but realized that there was no point in attacking Vince, as that would just start some more additional unnecessary beef. So I agreed, and we let the plan go. This is the context, and after a while I forgot about Vince in total. I mean, I still talked to him, but my hatred for him wasn't really there too much anymore. However, I would eventually remember him soon.
Go watch the full video by clicking the link under the channel name.